Probably, but they didn't contact the entire fair board.
Supervisor's office for tech speaking. Yeah. Yeah, we did. I'll go ahead and put you on speakerphone.
Are you there?
Yeah, we are now.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm not going to read through this on top. It's pretty difficult. Pretty difficult work that we're doing there. Item 2, we're still patching with that on the PC road with that zero patcher. Rain last week held them up and getting done. Item 3 there, local traffic services starting to paint our center line markings today.
On the way in, I saw they were out on N14.
Yeah, they're just getting started. They're waiting for it to dry off and warm up a little bit this morning. But that, depending on the week, shouldn't take more than about a week to get that all done if the rain holds off. Then item 4 there, just an update on the new Highway 20 grading. The first 2.5 miles from the Calhoun County line were last week in CJ Moyna was the apparent low bidder on that. The next 2.5 miles from the Big Cedar Creek to N14 got pulled out of the letting because of some issues with spec they had about the compaction of it using some new equipment that's supposed to record how many times they pack it. It's supposed to help them with their density on their grade. Anyway, they had problems with that spec and people being able to furnish the equipment, so they changed the spec and put it back into the May letting. So it'll be let in May with a late start date of June 21st. So that'll be about a month behind the first section. But on the contractor who gets it, how quick he moves in, I guess.
So why would the spec have been different in the first 2.5 than in the second 2.5?
Well, that was a good question. For some reason, the design people decided they wanted to try this new spec, and so they put that on that one project, which to me didn't make a whole lot of sense, because if you're going to tie the two projects together, they'd let it so that you could either get one of them, or then they'd look at the two of them together as a tied project for low price. And you'd think if they would have had the two tied, they would have had the specs the same on both of them.
Yeah.
But I guess I can't explain why they did it, but when they had problems with the contractors being able to furnish the equipment to do what they were asking, it delayed the letting. I assume, and I don't know, I would assume that they changed the compaction specs to the same that's on the first part, and so it would just be relet without that new spec in there. The contractor that got the first 2.5 miles is the same contractor that's doing the last 3 miles in Calhoun County. So I assume he'll be real aggressive in getting these other 2.5 miles also. Anyway, that's just keep you updated on what
it takes a lot of men and a lot of equipment, especially if the time clock's running at the same time.
Yep. But I think he's a big enough contractor. He's got quite a few different crews. So
Are they done with the dirt work east of there?
no, they are not.
Well, I went up and looked at it. I don't know, understand how they build roads, but it was still flat. They'd been hauling, and I think they removed stuff, then they haul it back in, pack it, or because there was no grade. Just
They typically will strip the topsoil, the black topsoil back off, because they'll need to put that back up on the shoulder so it'll grow grass.
yeah.
And I know I went past when you go north by Larry Ellis's there, in that last mile that's being constructed by the contractor that's got the contract to the east, he hasn't done hardly anything in that mile at all. And there's a big box culvert in the middle there that the contractor's still got, that same contractor did all the way from Highway 4. I think he's got a mile on the east end next to 4 that he hasn't got graded yet, but he's got, in the center there, he's got 3 or 4 miles I think are pretty well getting close to completed.
So is any of that to get cement this summer around, or will it be next summer?
I have not seen anything on the paving plans on anything coming west from 4. I would suspect that they will try to let that paving probably next spring would be my guess.
Understood.
No, I don't think you'll see any paving coming west of 4 until next summer.
Okay.
Whether that'll be, whether they'll let it early enough that you'll see paving coming west first part of the year, or, I think the projected is that they would be paved and open the N14 in the fall of 2013. Might be 2012. I'd have to.
I was thinking 2012, but
That could be right. I don't think they'll have it done that far by the fall of 2011 unless we get some, really good construction weather. And so far this year, until we get this rain now, the part they're paving over they're coming from out of Webster County into Canerum, and they're about a mile outside of Canerum. They've already got about 3 miles of paving done. So on a typical year, this early in the spring, typically you get rain, enough rain in April that you don't get much paving done in April, but they've got about 3 miles down, so. But they'll come over to Canerum, and then what their plans are right now is to turn around and go back east to Moreland, complete that interchange over at Moreland, and then, pave back to where their plant sits right on the Webster County line. I think part of the reason they're going that way is the bridge over the railroad there, southwest of Canerum, is not done yet. So they cannot pave any further. Well, they'd have a hard trouble paving west of there right now because they'd have to run all their trucks around on our county roads.
Mm.
And so they'll wait till that bridge is done in time to get all this other to the east done. That bridge, I assume that bridge probably had a, May this spring completion. So it should be done here shortly. I know they were working on pouring the deck here in the last couple of weeks on one of them, and I think they got the other one yet to do, so. But it's progressing, and they were making good progress till we got this rain, and it'll slow them up for a few days, but as soon as it dries out, which I think when the sun comes out, but of course we're talking more rain again too, so.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Ron.
Anyway, yep, I'll let you go.
all right.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks, Ron.
Later. Bye.
Move to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
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 We're adjourned.